guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Olivia here. Now I know I've taken a little break from beauty videos and have been doing a lot of lifestyle, a few fashion, but as some of you may know, I just launched my official website, www.glambyliv.com. So on my website you'll find my makeup, skincare, and nail services, as well as my lashes I have for sale. So that being said, yes, I did officially launch my own lash brand, Lashes by Liv. If you guys want, you can pick up the exact same lashes that I'm going to be wearing today, or choose from a selection of 10 different styles. There's lashes for people that do very high glam and want a lot of volume, and there are also lashes for people who don't wear makeup at all and just maybe want a little something when they go out for dinner or have a special event to go to. So there's really a lash on the site for everyone. The lashes I'm going to be using today are in the style LA. These ones are designed in a crisscross pattern and they're actually quite voluptuous. I also just wanted to say that all my lashes sold on the site are vegan and cruelty free, so you can choose from a selection of faux mink lashes or premium synthetic silk. These ones are the faux mink ones that I'm going to be using today. At the end of the video, I am going to be giving you guys a discount code that you can use on your first order. So if you guys want that code, make sure you watch all the way to the end. So yeah, this is the glue I'm going to be using today. It's pretty easy to use. If you guys purchase this glue, follow along with me, you'll be able to put lashes on with no problem. So a couple fun facts you guys should probably know about eyelash glue is that the adhesive is actually a latex base. So if you are one of those unfortunate people who do have a latex intolerance, you want to try to pick up a lash glue that is latex free. I personally am not, so unfortunately I can't recommend any specific brand, but I'm sure if you search online you'll be able to find one no problem. Another fun fact about eyelash glue is that it is for your eyes, and eyelash glue is the only adhesive you should be putting on your eyes. I have tried other things in the past, you know, a date's picking me up, I ran out of lash glue, all I had was nail glue. Don't try that, don't do that at home. That was a very, very bad idea and it's very unhealthy for your eyes. So make sure you're using an adhesive that is safe for your eyes, and if you're allergic to latex, make sure you double check that it doesn't have any latex ingredients. Eyelash adhesive does actually come in 2 different colors, so you can buy either black or clear. I personally like to use black because it adds more definition to my eye, but if you're wearing a more natural lash that doesn't have a whole lot of volume, you might want to go with a clear adhesive to give your look a little more of a natural appeal. There are a few different ways to put on eyelashes, and honestly it just takes practice. If you've never put on eyelashes before and this is your first time trying, and if you put them on and they look great, I'm honestly going to be pretty impressed because it took me probably a solid 6 months to learn how to put them on without getting glue all over my face. But again, if you're following along the steps I'm teaching you guys in this video, you should have no problem. Practice makes perfect, so if you don't get it on your first, second, or even third try, don't give up, because once you eventually get it one day, it's going to be so rewarding. Putting on lashes has a lot to do with preferences, so there are pretty much 3 different tools you can use to put the lashes on your actual lid. So the first tools are your fingers. Lots of girls just like to put lashes on with their fingers because you can have a little more control of where exactly you're placing the lash. Another tool you can use is an actual eyelash tweezer to put the eyelashes on. And the third thing you can use are just plain regular tweezers. And again, it's all preference based, so it really just depends on what works for you. For me, for example, I have long nails. They're actually really short right now, but my nails are normally super long, so putting my eyelashes on with my nails just doesn't really work for me. I also find with the eyelash tweezers, I don't have a lot of control. I don't know, I've just never personally liked using these for my own lashes. However, when I'm doing makeup for a client, I use these because it's not only sanitary, but it's a lot easier. For myself, putting on my own lashes, I honestly just like to use tweezers. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they're smaller and I can kind of move things around, but I will be using this for something else, so make sure you guys stay tuned. So the first step is going to be to curl your lashes. When you curl your lashes, you want to make sure that you get all of your top lashes and none of your bottom. This is really important because if you leave some out, it'll be kind of obvious and they'll stick out and they just won't look that good. And if you're getting your bottom lashes in there, it's going to be one, a little bit painful, and also not cute, not the look we're going for. So once I grasp all my lashes, I like to pinch a lash curler 3 times. This will give the lash more of a natural curl, whereas if you were to pinch it maybe 5 or 6 times, it would do a straight L shape, which also doesn't give a whole lot of room for the lashes to sit on your actual lid. So you really don't want to overdo curling your lashes, but this is a really important step if you want to make your lashes look somewhat natural. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's looking really good. The second step you want to do is take your mascara. I'm using the Smashbox Full Exposure Glossy Volume and Lift. This is one of my all-time favorite mascaras. It gives you a lot of volume and it doesn't clump, and honestly just makes your eyelashes look amazing. So when applying mascara, I always start by brushing my eyelashes in an upward motion. And you don't want to put a whole lot of mascara on because you don't want to make it look cakey and take away from the hairs in the lash you're using. It's also really important that you get those lashes that are on the inner corner and further outer corner, because for people like me, for example, my eyelashes are quite blonde, so if I just have random blonde hair sticking out, again, doesn't look natural and just not cute. It's also okay if you have a few clumps, because we're going to get rid of that with this next step. So now that we've brushed the bottom half of our lashes and covered that with mascara, we're going to do the exact same thing but to the top portion. When you're doing this, you also want to make sure that you don't get too close to your eyelash root, because odds are you'll get mascara all over your eye and it's just going to be a mess. And if you're wearing a full face of makeup already, like myself, it's just going to be your worst nightmare. And I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other eye. And then again, brush it down. Putting mascara on the top half of your eyelashes is also a common trick that a lot of makeup artists use when they're working on celebrities for red carpet events or anywhere there's going to be paparazzi, because when celebrities are shot from literally all angles, the last thing they want is little blonde eyelashes sticking up above their lash. Okay, so now that we have mascara on, we're going to go ahead and start the fun part and most challenging part, which is applying the glue. There are, I guess, 2 different ways you can apply glue. Again, just depends on preference, so make sure you guys are experimenting and trying all different ways to figure out what works best for you. But for me, I personally like to use this glue and draw it on my eye as an eyeliner. This is because when the glue is actually on my eye and drying, I can feel when I first put it on that it's super wet, and as it slowly starts to dry and get tacky, it doesn't feel cool and wet anymore, and that's when I know it's the right time to actually put the lashes on the glue. Whereas if you were to apply it directly on the lash band, it's a little bit harder to tell when the glue is dry enough and ready to actually put on your lid. But I highly recommend you try both ways and kind of just figure out what's best for you. Another reason why I don't like to put it on the band itself is oftentimes when you're putting on eyelashes, when the glue is already on the band, the lash can go all different directions and the glue can actually get all over your eye, which again is a mess to clean up, especially when you have a full face on. So this is the way I'm going to be showing you guys. Again, I do recommend you experiment both ways and just figure out what works. So I always start off with one eye at a time. So I'm just going to take the little brush end of my lash glue and I'm just going to draw a line as close to my natural lashes as possible. I'm also going to make sure that it's really thin so that it doesn't look like I'm wearing a thick stripe of black eyeliner on top of my already really dramatic, voluptuous lashes. One more thing, when you're applying glue, you want to make sure that you apply it as far into the corner as you can, but you don't want to apply it all the way, because if you put your eyelash strip too close to the corner of your eye, most likely your eyes are going to start to tear up and the band will also stab you in the eye, and it's going to be really uncomfortable, and tearing up often ruins your makeup. So you kind of want to find that sweet spot. Again, all eyes are different. Everyone has a different eye shape and a different size. Lashes by Liv are actually made with an extra long band, so you can customize them to fit any different length or shape of eye. I personally like my lashes quite dramatic, so I don't really cut them at all because I like the kind of extra long flare look to make my eyes look a little bigger. But if you're someone like me who has smaller hooded eyes, I recommend doing this trick because it's going to make your eyes appear a little bit larger. Also, when applying your lash glue to the corner of your eye, you don't want to put it where the first wrinkle is. You just want to put it just before where the first wrinkle is. Again, I have hooded eyes, so it's pretty easy for me to tell. But if you're someone who has really big eyes that aren't hooded, probably won't have so much as a defined hood as I do, so that doesn't apply to you so much. But there are lots of people with hooded eyes like myself, so make sure you're not putting it in that hooded crease. Again, I am not trimming these lashes, I'm making them pretty long, so I'm going to extend the glue a little bit past my eye so that it still sticks. Now, right now I can already feel the glue is quite wet because it feels a little bit cold. So I'm just gonna give it about 30 to 60 seconds to kind of dry and get a little more tacky. Another way you can also tell is with black glue. When you first put it on, it looks a little blue, and then as it dries, it gets a lot darker black. If you are following along and using the exact same glue as me, this black duo glue, I must say that it does take a little bit to dry, unlike other glues that dry super fast. So you do want to make sure that you're giving this a full 30 to 60 seconds to let dry. This is a great time where if you're someone not like me, you can take your lash and kind of measure it and trim off the hairs that you don't want. I always recommend to trim the inside rather than the outside because some style of lashes do have a bit of a flare, and when you're cutting off the outer corner, you're pretty much cutting off that flare, which defeats the whole look of that lash. Now I'm just gonna hold this in the inner corner really close to the band so I have a lot of control, and I'm just gonna stick it exactly where I put the lash glue in the corner. And it just sticks on really easily just like that, and then I take the rest of the lash and pop it on, make sure it's all stuck. I let this lash glue dry for the perfect amount of time, and because it's quite tacky and my lash stuck right away, no problem. If you're having problems with your eyelash not sticking and it moving around and slipping all over the place, odds are that the glue is not dry enough and you're putting on the lash way too soon. I also like to take my fingers and just look and make sure that everything is all attached nice. If it isn't, odds are as you're blinking and walking around throughout the day, your eyelash will kind of start to fly off, which is not a cute look, and we're trying to avoid that at all measures. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and use my little lash tweezer here, and I'm just going to pinch together both the falsies and my natural lash, again to make it look a little more natural and it blend in better. I'm just gently pressing everything together and not tugging or pulling at all, because that could potentially rip off your entire lash and you'll have to start all over again. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put lash glue on the other eye and do the exact same thing, and I'm going to show you guys how to kind of blend everything in and pull the whole look together. Also, a tip from a makeup artist in the makeup world: when you're putting on really dramatic falsies like this, you want to make sure that they're the focal point of your look. So I wouldn't match this with a really bright like pink or really bright red lip color. I'm using a lip color right now that is almost identical to my natural one with a little lip gloss, so still making the eyes my focal point. If you're going for a lash that's a little more natural, like Miami or Summer, then odds are you might want to make the focal point your lips, or you can also go for a more neutral toned lip. Go for a really colorful, dramatic eyeshadow. So again, I'm going to start at the inner corner and then work my way around as close and as thin to the base of my lash. You want to try your best to not get any glue on your actual lashes. When you put the falsies on over top, the glue on your natural lashes can get stuck to the falsies, which means when you take your lashes off at the end of the day, it can also rip out your natural lashes, which one, doesn't feel good, and two, if you do enough, you'll have a bald spot, which is not what we're going for. So I'm just gonna let that dry. And I don't know if you guys probably can't tell in the camera, but the color has changed a lot. If you notice, when I first put it on, it was kind of a deep blue color, and now it's transitioned into a pretty sleek jet black. So that's another indication that I know to put the strip on. So lining it up as close to the natural lash as I can get it. Some people like to apply their lashes underneath on their bottom waterline. I don't really like this because I'm too scared of putting eyelash glue directly into my eyeball because I feel like that can be pretty unpainful. Also, when you're wearing dramatic falsies like this, I feel like that's almost impossible because there's just so much bulk. But if you are going for a more natural lash like Summer or Paris again, you could probably get away with doing that. If any of you guys have tried that and really like how it looks, leave a comment down below on how that worked for you, and I might even try it out myself. Okay, so these lashes are stuck on like glue. Literally, they're not going anywhere at all. So I'm gonna repeat the same step with this little lash tweezer tool, and I'm just gonna clamp everything together all nice. This step isn't necessary. You can also just apply more mascara to help blend everything in, but again, I don't like the look of taking mascara on lashes because I think it really takes away from the style of the lash that you're applying. Also, putting mascara on the falsies can potentially wreck the falsies and make their lifetime a lot shorter. So I like doing this simple trick to prolong the wear of my lashes and make sure I can wear them at least 25 times. Now I'm just gonna take my little spoolie brush. If you guys are ordering lashes from me on glambyliv.com, you will automatically get a little spoolie in your order. So this is perfect for brushing your eyelashes out, not only when you first apply them, but throughout the whole day. I mean, it's windy, sometimes you're running around, you're driving around with the windows open, your eyelashes can flap all over the place, so just making sure that they're all nice and groomed and intact is a must. I personally keep one of these spoolies in my purse at all times, so if I ever need to do a quick touch-up, it's so easy. Alright, now to finish this look off, I'm gonna go ahead and use my mascara and apply it on the bottom lashes. I personally love to apply mascara on the bottom lashes because this again makes my eyes look a lot bigger and a lot more open. If you're someone who has really big, natural, beautiful eyes, you probably don't need to do this as much, but again, it's all preference based. I'm also wearing a really dramatic lash, so I feel like if I didn't put any mascara on the bottom lashes, it would look a little off balance. When putting mascara on your bottom lashes, I know this doesn't look that cute, but instead of going like this and causing wrinkles, you want to make sure that you look down. You'll be able to see all the beautiful bags underneath your eyes, but that's okay. It's a lot easier to apply mascara this way. There are some people who actually apply falsies to their bottom lashes as well. This is seen oftentimes in the drag queen community, and honestly, I think it looks pretty good, but I already have really long, dramatic bottom lashes. In fact, they're longer than my top lashes, so mascara definitely does the trick for me. Alright guys, that concludes today's video. I hope you all really enjoyed this one. I love doing makeup tutorials, so if you want to see more, please leave a comment down below. And again, if you made it this far, all the way to the end, the discount code you can use on glambyliv.com is lashes, all capital, 15. That's lashes 15, and you can receive 15% off your entire first purchase. So make sure you guys check my website out, and you can follow along with this tutorial from start to finish and start experimenting with some new styles and looks. Again, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on Friday.